later than we were expecting, but that's kind of the point, right? So we're starting off with the week of the star, a week of expecting miracles. Today was a day about when pigs fly. It was a day about experiencing things like we were children again. It was a day about, for me, it was a day of some really deep reflection and emotional strain. It was stressful. It was gross. It was kind of ugly. My sister and brother-in-law, their dog Byron, who has been in my life since I was 11 years old, who was the brother to the first ever dog that my family had, and who also got cancer. So anyways, so today we ended up, today we had to say goodbye to a very dear family friend, a member of the family, and that I keep telling myself that it's okay that I feel these emotions, because there's a part of me that for so long was told, don't cry about animals or don't mourn animals the same way that you mourn, anybody else in your life. And that's really silly, because why wouldn't you mourn somebody that is a part of your life? Why wouldn't you mourn a family member? Oh, Daisy, I love you so much, but this is so loud. Can we wait on that a second, honey? So I am reflecting on Byron today. I'm reflecting on the really beautiful morning I got to spend with him. And all of the really beautiful ways that he impacted and helped grow my life. And I know that that sounds like extra romantic or extra hippy dippy or something, I don't know, that like, oh, just this dog, how can it's just an animal, don't, whatever. And I'm sure not all of you feel that way, but that was how I was raised, was to think about, oh, don't feel emotions that deeply, don't get an attachment like that, don't care as much about an animal's life because it's not a human's life or whatever. And I don't know what to say to that. All I know what to say is right now is that I am just feeling like an overwhelming amount of hurt and loss, and that's really all I can reflect on. That's my big thing today was a lot of hurt and loss, but also in that a lot of remembering and a lot of connecting and a lot of appreciation for what is in my life and who is in my life. So with that, today Mary had us say a thank you to each of the parts of our body. Thank you for what they do and whatnot. And I'm going to start off by going into a downward dog. And as I think on one thing I learned, one thing that I did well, and one thing that I wish I'd done better today, as I reflect on those things and do this movement, I am going to be thinking about how grateful I am for Byron and for Daisy and for all of these parts of my life that I don't always necessarily pay attention to or give thanks to, and maybe not until they're gone, so with that, I didn't even change clothes today. I really just was a sad mess all day, and that's okay. It's really genuinely, that's the point, right? So one thing that I learned today is that you can give dog treats to your dog if you're pet needs to be put down, that you can bring treats with you. And Byron, in his funny Byron ways, was stealing treats from my sister right out of the bag, right up till the very end, because he's Byron and he would do that sort of thing. I keep feeling like, wow, this stream isn't very good. I'm not giving them very good content, and that's okay. It's only been 5 minutes. I'm sure that if the content isn't for you, that you'll find something different. But I think that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to act and look and be a certain way, or to have our emotions look or sound or be eloquent or pretty or aesthetically pleasing. And really, though, the human experience is it's dark and grimy and sad and gross sometimes, and that's real. Like, that's just honest. So I hope that this honesty is what somebody needs to see or hear or be with today. I don't know. I'm just here doing what I feel like I'm called to do. I have to release so much tension in my legs today. I'm holding it and I'm feeling it there. I have to release a lot of tension in my chest today. I have a lot of guilt too. I think whenever you lose somebody, I think that you always think back on, oh, what could I have done better, or whatever. So the one thing I learned about the fact that you can bring treats with your pet, one thing I did well, I'm really glad that I did take time to spend with Byron this weekend, and that I did come up and spend time with my sister and my family, so that we could all mourn our family member together and celebrate with him together. But one thing that I really wish I'd done better is just doing a better job of appreciating people where they're at, when they're at, how they're at in my life, for what they're doing. In that moment, I was really short with some of my family and friends today just because of I was having a bad day. And that's not a good excuse. That's really not. So, okay. I know that wasn't very direct. It's just, tonight was just kind of a recap, just to relax with us, just be honest with us. Hopefully that my honesty brought you a little bit of peace or connection. Maybe you found something there. But with that, calm is my night prayer. My night prayer is dedicated to Byron and Chewy and just those two specifically, but also just to anybody in my life that I have not taken, that I don't give enough credit to. Oh, sorry, my thoughts are just, I'm a weepy mess today. So, I know that energy is not created or destroyed. And with energy like Byron's, holy smacks, if you're trying to destroy that, good luck to you. He'll recycle it, I promise. But I know that energy is not created or destroyed, and therefore, it's gotta go somewhere. I'm so grateful for that energy and that soul being around me and growing me for as long as Byron did. But also, I am hopeful and happy for that energy and that soul that it is continuing to grow and create such joy and happiness and tears like this wherever that happy little energy is now. So with that, a very tearful thank you, and I love you, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Don't forget to take a moment for yourself to remember one thing you learned, one thing you did well, one thing you wish you'd done better, and reflect on that, knowing that we expect miracles because we are children learning every day. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Night all. I will see you in the morning.